Hala Madrid, Hala Madrid. Visca El Barca. It was 4-0 up in the previous meeting when Barcelona and Real Madrid faced each other. Oh my god, this is another Clasico, another trophy, but it is at the King Abdullah Sports City. Oh my god, Real Madrid and Barcelona are meeting at the Saudi Arabia on this Sunday night, and the Spanish SuperCopa is on the line. How are you doing, guys? Are you the Real Madrid fan? Are you the Los Blancos? Or are you from the La Blaugrana? Barcelona are definitely going to do good, and it is for the third straight year. It is the two biggest clubs in La Liga who will contest the final of the SuperCopa de España, the Super Cup final. And yes, Ancelotti, he has said that Barcelona have booked their own place. They have got Dani Olmo registration. Oh my god, something big is cropping up, because still Camp Nou is not ready for the fans to visit their team. On the other hand, Los Blancos, they are really having a good season. The likes of Kylian Mbappe looking back on the track, it is definitely a worth watch what is going to. And yes, Madrid hasn't lost in the last 8 matches, and yes, Barcelona have won those previous 2 matches against Real Madrid. Talking about the head-to-head between Los Blancos and Real Madrid, Barcelona has got those 24 wins, whereas Real Madrid has got those 20 wins and 10 draws between both the teams. I mean, if you look about the past 10 years, in the 54 matches, Barcelona has those 4 wins more than Madrid. They have got those 24, whereas Madrid has got those 20 wins. But in the La Liga, if you talk about, Real Madrid are at this second spot, because it is Atletico who has got those wins. 19 games, Atletico are at the 44 points, Real Madrid 43 points, 1 point behind the Los Blancos. Atletico, Madrid, Barcelona are way down 38 points, losing 5 games. Something or the other is not looking good for Barcelona. And what are your predictions? There is a poll on the chat section whether the Los Blancos are going to get those big time victories, or is it the La Blaugrana epic celebrations they are going to get. Something or the other is definitely going to cook up today, because it is the final. And yes, if it goes up to the extra time or the penalties, we just had the FA Cup round 3 where Manchester United against Arsenal, they did so good, 10 down to 10 man with a red card. It was Diego Dalot getting those red cards, but for me that was definitely not a red card which Manchester United deserved in that. But then also losing that on the penalties. Whether this SuperCopa de España is going to the finals, because in the Milan derby it was AC Milan, I mean the Rossoneri's, getting those late comebacks against the Nerazzurri Inter Milan. Simone Inzaghi's men were just dumbstruck the SuperCopa de Italiana. AC Milan winning it big time. January is the month for the Super Cups of most of the leagues, and yes, it was in the Liga Portugal also that was Ruben Amorim's Sporting CP getting those victories over Benfica. That was also in the penalties, and it was Trincao from Sporting CP, the right wing forward. He missed that penalty and it led that victory for Benfica. Oh my god, SuperCopa month January, it is the La Liga top contenders Real Madrid, Los Blancos against Barcelona, La Blaugrana. I mean, what is that? The Catalans are going to go big, because in the past meeting it was a 4-0 thumping victory. That was huge. That was huge. Barcelona under Hansi Flick, they are having those high center back lineups. We have got the lineups confirmed for this game as well. Oh my god, look at this lineup, look at this lineups. We have got from Barcelona Pau Victor as well as Dani Olmo in the squad. They have got those registrations. Barcelona have managed it, but it is on a temporary basis, and there are many dues to be paid for all the vendors. Barcelona is in a financial crisis, but Hansi Flick Can he get those? The German super specialist. He is known for his disciplinary actions taken at Barcelona. And yes, some of the players are also being not picked up in the first lineup. Hansi Flick has said in the press that he has just not picked up those five-star players in the previous game where Barcelona was facing in the fixtures. If you look it out, it was against Athletic Club, and yes, he didn't went for those five-star team players because they were late at the training ground. So my god, Hansi Flick is so strict on the pitch of football, you can't just imagine. But he has got those players really playing good. But in this starting lineup, if you can have a watch on the screen, it is Koundé, Jules Koundé. I mean, Araujo has got some kind of transfer links which we will be having. It is definitely the talk of the town. And apart from that, Koundé is staying on the right backs, Cubarsí and Martinez. The last time Los Blancos were against Barcelona, Cubarsí and Martinez. What a class performance these two centre backs gave for those high centre back lineups. It was just mesmerizing. And yes, these two centre backs really played those crucial wins. It was their, I mean, epic pairing which was not leading any kind of chances for Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe to get past those high centre back lineups. It was every time where Hansi Flick's men were getting those offside traps so accurate. I mean, 99% of the passes which were made by Modric, Valverde, Camavinga from the midfields, from the centre backs of the Los Blancos to Vinicius Junior, Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo, anyone they were making. Los Blancos, I mean, played really good in that game, but it was Barcelona who did those miracles in the centre back lineups. In that game, Rafinha was given the man of the match. But for me, in that game, if you consider the pairing of Cubarsí and Martinez, the last meetup against Los Blancos in the La Liga, that was epic. That was epic. Cubarsí and Martinez, if they are going to play the same game today, I don't think that Los Blancos will get any kind of opportunities. It is Kylian Mbappe making those incisive runs, Vinicius Junior getting those obsessive wing forward movements, Bellingham box to box playing, Rodrigo making those flank movements. It is the four trio who will be attacking the high centre back lineups of Barcelona. And yes, the high centre back lineups, Hansi Flick's man, they are not injured this time. He has got every man except Mark and Ter Stegen, but he has opted for Szczęsny because Ter Stegen is under injuries. But in the attacking midfields, it is Xavi, Yamal and Rafinha and Lewandowski. Lewandowski and Rafinha, they are doing so good. Oh my god. I mean, the highest goal scorers of the top 5 leagues across the world. If you compare, they are really doing it. Yes, the game is about to begin and we have just started it on the right pitch. If you guys want to have a watch of it, it is on the fan code app available, the stream. And yes, join our social media links, the watch links. If you don't want to shell out your bucks over there, the watch links are also present over there. Don't mind, these are not those permanent links, but yes, you can have a watch from those links in our social media, the Discord and the WhatsApp. You can join any of those and yes, you can get those links over there. That is all from the Barcelona high centre back lineups. But yes, Hansi Flick has got the options: Inaki Pena, Eric Garcia, Martin, Hector Ford, Araujo. Araujo is in the transfer talks, guys. Araujo is on the transfer talks. So Dani Olmo up to 2028 or 29. He is going to stay because he is from this academy. And yes, he also surrendered that if registration is not going to happen, Dani Olmo is that player who is going to be that contribution. I mean, so wholeheartedly, he will be that lob runner player in the squad for Hansi Flick. And Hansi Flick has got this a good find in the squad. Fermin Lopez, De Jong, Ferran Torres, Pau Victor are there for the substitutions. Talking about the lineups of Real Madrid, oh my god, the squad. Ancelotti, the legend, if you talk about him, the Italian, getting those things from the days of AC Milan to Bayern to Chelsea and now to Real Madrid. How much you praise about this man, Carlo Ancelotti. He has got everything. Carlo Ancelotti has got everything he has, but in this game, Modric is not being picked up. There is some sign of deficiency which Modric will bring in, or it is Brahim Diaz who is going to be the super subs, because it is Camavinga and Valverde with the likes of Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo and Mbappe in the forwards. Mendy on the left backs against Yamal. That will be critical, guys. And right back, Vasquez against Rafinha. I mean, if you talk about this, Rudiger and Tchouaméni on the center backs, but left back and right backs, it is Mendy and Vasquez, the place where Real Madrid really has to worry a lot. I mean, it was Francisco Garcia, the man who, I mean, Ancelotti might have found it a good left back substitute for Mendy, but he has picked Mendy in the squad. That will be crucial, guys. That will be crucial. If Mendy is going to perform today, definitely he has to perform big against the young superstar kid, Lamine Yamal. He will definitely do good. On the other hand, Rafinha against Vasquez, that is the point where Real Madrid will cut loose some of the opportunities. And on the other hand, Vinicius against Koundé, it will be a fight. Rodrigo against Alexander Balde, that will be a good fight. But the two duos, Bellingham and Mbappe against Kubarsi and Martinez, I mean, both the teams are so perfect, and everything they have got, it is just Barcelona getting those 5 losses in the La Liga, are bid down in the third spot, 38 points. Real Madrid just getting, I think it is just the 2 defeats which Madrid has got. Let me just confirm it. Yes, Los Blancos has got those 2 defeats this season, and yes, it is that added advantage which the Los Blancos will be having in this game. Apart from that, Barcelona will definitely go big, and if they play like what they did in the previous game, it will be tough for Madrid to overcome. It is the likes of Kylian Mbappe or Vinicius to find those spaces, cutting those, Caesar knives into the defensive lineups of Barcelona to get those victories. Apart from that, Tchouaméni and Rudiger on the center backs, they will be man marking Lewandowski, because Lewandowski is definitely going to be that pole position. Lewandowski never moves to the wings, never moves to the flanks. He just stays as a pole to the center forwards. It is up to Yamal, Rafinha and Xavi or Quesada to make those cut-in moments. That is where it will be crucial for Valverde, Tchouaméni and Camavinga, because 3 of the defensive midfields will have to be activated. It is Real Madrid who are going to just park the bus, this time getting those first minute, or it is the Barcelona who are going to just invade away with the high center back lineups of Hansi Flick. It will be a watch. On the other hand, it is Lorenzo Aguado, the new findings, the defender. It has been found, and yes, Asensio is also there. Ceballos, Modric, Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz and Endrick, the substitutions which Los Blancos have gone. What are your predictions? Do tell us on the poll which has been given in the YouTube chat section above. And yes, the match links are available on our social media. The links are given in the video description as well as in the channel description. Yes, starts the game. Big boy, lightweight, baby, lightweight. Here the game begins. Can you just imagine? It is the El Clasico. It is the SuperCopa de España from Saudi Arabia. Big boys fighting big in this game is definitely the watch of it. Ancelotti versus Hansi Flick, 2 of the elite managers of the best leagues across the globe, are on the screen over here. Oh my god, it has started big time. Let me just switch off this lineup. If you had a watch of the lineup, do tell us in the chat section. We will have this lineup then switched off from the screen. Yes, it is now. The lineups are switched off. Let me put this to the screen. It looks good. Balde, Martinez to Xavi. It is Pedri. My mistake, guys. Pedri and Xavi looks so similar for me at times. Camavinga winning it. Bellingham. Belly goal. Valverde. Valverde to the midfields, but that is some sort of interception. That is what Lewandowski does. Look at his movement. Lewandowski is just moving to the pole position. That is what Tchouaméni has to be perfect against him. Oh my God, that was Lamine Yamal in just 1 minute 40 seconds. First shot on goal, and it is Barcelona La Blaugrana against Thibaut Courtois and Rudiger. It was close to Rudiger, but Thibaut Courtois, what a class save that is. Thibaut Courtois has to perform big, guys. Thibaut Courtois has to perform big. The first corner in just 2 minutes incoming from La Blaugrana against the Los Blancos. Rafinha, the left footer taking it. What a curl it is. Deflection from Rudiger. Lamine Yamal again. He is cutting in. He is into the box against Camavinga. Damn. Yamal is showing his character. Yamal is showing his character. Hansi Flick has given that steroid to Lamine Yamal to perform those big moments. This is happening, guys. This is happening. Big games are being played by big boys at such a young age. It is looking absolute fun. Football has just raised the heat in this winter across the globe. Courtois with that goal kick for Bellingham. Real Madrid are looking subtle, not making those press because they know it is those passes that will be critical. Bellingham winning it. Camavinga. Vinicius Jr. Vinny is not prepared for it. Vinny is not prepared for it. He is letting the La Blaugrana play their game. Asado. I mean, if you look at the formation over here, yes, it is looking good. Barcelona are playing those deep center backs. Two of them are staying down. Casado, Xavi is making those fluidity in the squad. Xavi is making those fluidity. Lewandowski moving from the poles. Oh my God! It was Rafinha with those headers. I told you guys, Lewandowski is that pole position. Look at him. He doesn't move out of the box. It was Camavinga against Lewandowski, and he allowed Lewandowski to make those crosses. It is looking lethal. It is looking lethal for the Los Blancos. It is looking lethal for the Los Blancos. Time and again. Rafinha with that cross. Deflection. Vinny, move it, boy. It is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe against the La Blaugrana center backs. Balde, it is there. It is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe has scored. Kylian Mbappe. This is you, boy. That man who was not allowed with so many offsides in the previous meeting against the Barcelona has scored big. It is Kylian Mbappe, the star rising it. It is the momentum, the perfect pace, the start of the new year. Kylian Mbappe on the score sheet against Barcelona in the SuperCopa de España. Oh my God, I can't just believe this. What is this happening? What is this happening? Kylian Mbappe has showed his skill. Oh my God, Kylian Mbappe has showed his skill. Look at that. Look at that. Kylian Mbappe moving it solely. It was Vinicius Jr. He was against Balde. Look at that. Oh my God. Class finish. Super finish. Kylian Mbappe has nailed it. He has nailed it. Szczęsny was nowhere near to save that goal kick. I love you, Kylian Mbappe. Big man, the number 9. He is proving this new year, and it is the first goal against Barcelona which Kylian Mbappe has got. This game is bringing up the heat, boys. This game is bringing up the heat. Look at it. Barcelona are now looking down to their defense. They are looking subtle. I mean, can you guys just believe it? Kylian Mbappe getting this goal, first goal against Barcelona. Is he going to score those hat-tricks? Is he going to score those hat-tricks? It is for Vinicius Junior time and again. Kubarsi and Martinez not looking that good in this formation. Which way we're doing? Just I told you guys, it was the previous game where the pairings of Kubarsi and Martinez were so lethal that even Kylian Mbappe's goals, Vinicius' goals were declared offside because of those high centre-back lineups. It is going to happen. But in this game, Kylian Mbappe took that position of the ball. Kylian Mbappe again. Look at it. Kylian Mbappe is again dribbling it against Kubarsi and the likes of Koundé. Damn, Kylian Mbappe is injured. What is that? Give him a yellow card, boy. Give him a yellow card. Let my boy perform the best. Who is that referee? It is Jesus Gil Manzano. From which country he is? From which country is that player? That referee, Jesus Gil Manzano. From which country is that referee, Jesus Gil Manzano? Why was that not a booking for the for the La Blaugrana? Jesus Gil Manzano. Which country does this referee belong to? Spanish referee. Oh my god, the controversial referee for the SuperCopa final between, oh my god, this is a controversial referee. Oh my god. Oh my god, this referee has got some kind of controversies in his bag. This guy has got some kind of controversies in his bag. Hope he doesn't make any mistake. But why was there no card given for that Kylian Mbappe challenge? Kylian Mbappe was down to the ground. He was bit injured and no cards being given. That is a big gameplay change which Jesus Gil Manzano can bring the referee on the pitch. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good, guys. This referee on the pitch is definitely not looking, guys. Not looking good. Rafinha is time and again moving high up on the pitch. See, Hansi Flick, according to his tactics, he is just allowing the Barcelona players to move up high on the pitch and go for those goals. But on the centre backs, in the previous game, it was Kubarsi and Martinez playing those high offsides. Not allowing those goal moments which Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior could have. But in this game, that pairing of Kubarsi and Martinez on the counters from the Los Blancos, they are suffering. It will happen. It will happen, boy. Vinicius changing the flanks. Yes. Oh my god. To Vasquez. Vasquez to Courtois. Courtois. Don't pass the ball. Yes. High defensive lineup. Don't pass the ball. Just give those lofted air passes to the wings. That is what Thibaut Courtois has to do constantly in this game. Thibaut Courtois can't just pass those balls to Rudiger or Tchouaméni. He has to just go for those high points. Minimal to the right flanks. Back to Casado. Casado to Xavi. Yamal again. Yamal against Camavinga. Good block from Rudiger. Valverde. Nice job, boys. Nice job. You have find that loophole where Lamine Yamal is going to cut in. Get Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe. Long ball for him. Kubarsi. Martinez. Balde. Look at that support from the defensive midfields. Bellingham has to be against Casado at times. Good block from Valverde. Camavinga getting that hold of it. That is what Camavinga is lacking. Camavinga is a bit lacking in form. It is Camavinga who has to be critical because Lamine Yamal will make those cut-ins from those right flanks. Kylian Mbappe has got that edge. The first goal, the world is just praising about this great number 9 from France into Real Madrid, and what a moment. Start of the new year, start of the El Clasico, and in the SuperCopa finals, it is Kylian getting those momentum. New character, new build-up has to be shown. Look at that man, Laporte. I mean, he's just ruining Barcelona. To be just frank, if you ask me about Laporte, he is just ruining Barcelona. I mean, the reason he is there in the management committee for Barcelona, I don't go for the La Blaugranas. Kovaci, Martinez, Kunde is staying deep down. He is up against Vinicius Jr. He is man marking him. Barcelona wants that Kylian Mbappe to press high, and yes, Camavinga will definitely move up, and that is the place where Xavi will make those penetrating runs. That place will be critical. I mean, if Camavinga is moving up high on the pitch, it is for Valverde to play those defensive midfields. First goal for the Los Blancos. What a moment that is. And yes, we are definitely going to. And on the pool, it is Los Blancos winning it big time is the vote. Good job, guys. What are your predictions? Do tell us on the vote section in the chat. Martinez high up on the pitch. Xavi. Pedri. It is through, and Balde is going to take it fast. No, he is taking his time. Look at Hansi Flick, man. His eyes are so dangerous. Hansi Flick, his eyes, the watch, the way he stares at his players, I mean, it is so dangerous. And look at Ancelotti. I mean, he is that fatherly figure, the grandfather type figure in the team. So relaxed, so cool. But at Hansi Flick, you look at the eyes of Hansi Flick. Oh my God, he has got those terror eyes. Rodrigo, he has got the ball. He is moving up high on the pitch. Good job. Los Blancos is doing their job good. They are not invading it fast. Oh my God, Bellingham inside the box against Szczęsny. Szczęsny just gets a touch to it. Szczęsny just gets the hold of it. Bellingham was inside the box, guys. Bellingham was inside the box. Kubarsi has got Pedri. Pedri finding Lewandowski. Lewandowski staying on those pole positions. Look at the positioning of Xavi and Casado. It is the likes of Pedri staying up high on the pitch at times. They are trying to create those two inverted S's just behind Lewandowski. That is what they are trying to get the Los Blancos outnumbered in their own half. Oh my God, Kylian Mbappe is down to the ground. What has happened to him? Why is Kylian Mbappe? I hope there is no injuries for Kylian Mbappe. What is that? Kylian Mbappe is down to the pitch. Oh my God, what has happened? What? Kylian Mbappe needs substitution. What has happened? Holy Christ! Oh my God! What is that going on? I was saying that repeatedly, guys, because Kylian Mbappe was injured with that tackle, and the referee on pitch, it was the likes of this odd man Jesus Dil Manzano not giving those booking for those tackles against Kylian Mbappe, and that was a tackle from Jules Koundé. And Jules Koundé not even given a card for it, for that tackle stepping over his feet. And yes, look at it, Kylian Mbappe is looking injured. Holy Christ, 200 million transfers is just letting it loose so easy. Be on the field, boy, be on the field. Holy Christ, what do you guys think? Kylian Mbappe is going off the pitch. Is Mbappe going off the pitch? That tackle to Kylian Mbappe was not good. I think he has just got his ankle twisted. In this cold over there, you are playing it and you are getting those injuries on your ankle. I mean, he is that stained fast players. Words of wisdom going on. Look at Rudiger. He is just manhandling Rafinha. Rudiger is just manhandling Rafinha. Look at the screen, guys. Oh my god. Rudiger is doing his job. He is manhandling Rafinha. Rudiger is having a word with Rafinha. Kill him, boy. Make him, nail him down. Barcelona players are really complaining about that, whether Kylian Mbappe is going for those time waste or not. But no, he is looking injured. Martinez, Balde, high up on the pitch. And yes, Los Blancos with that 1-goal lead. And it is now 18 minutes on the watch. It is Los Blancos trying to find some space with Real Madrid down to 10 men. Kylian Mbappe is off the pitch. That is a good move. Oh my god, look at that. It was Rafinha with that click movement and Pedri winning it with a left footer. Pedri winning that with a left footer, but it got a deflection, I guess. Pedri. Yes, Tchouaméni just got that deflection. It is a corner incoming. Rafinha again with his left footer. That corner, good deflection. Man, what a clearance that is from Real Madrid. I mean, it was Bellingham. Ancelotti has to make those statements to his players that Barcelona with those high centre backups, yes, the Los Blancos can't afford to get those counters with their deep passes. They have to just go for those clearances high up on the pitch, on the wings. It has to be either Rodrigo, it has to be either Vinicius, it has to be either Kylian Mbappe or Bellingham. They have to, one of them has to stay high on the pitch, marking that field where they can make those runs, because Los Blancos can't afford to make those deep build-up passes against this high centre back lineup of Hansi Flick. That is what the gameplay will be. I mean, you can just concede with some missed passes. That is the point where Real Madrid has to be really concerned about in this game. Kobarsi moving in. Casado staying deep on the defensive midfields. Pedri dropping down. Xavi moving up. There is Lewandowski staying on those poles. Lamine Yamal trying to make those passes. Mendy doing it good. Mendy fighting it well against Xavi. Mendy is really fighting it good against Xavi. Look at that playmaking from Mendy. He is doing it good against Xavi. Look at that from Mendy. Mendy is doing good. He has to be consistent. Another in corner, man. Time and again, Barcelona are just taking away those corners. Yes, Mbappe staying on the high poles. It is definitely the need. He has to stay high up on the pitch. Every time the Los Blancos are doing those defensive deep down movements, it is Kylian Mbappe who has to stay up high on the pitch. That is the pressure will come from Kobarsi and Martinez, and they will concede. Get those clinical finishing, boys. Getting your first goal, you have done your job. Be that consistent. Courtois with that long kick, that is what is needed in this game. Kobarsi getting that clearance. Bellingham staying deep. Look at that. Look at that. When Vinicius is up, Mbappe is dropping down. And yes, Rodrigo is staying down. Yes, one of these three have to consistently press against Kobarsi and Martinez continuously in this game. That will just lead all the victories. Kobarsi, Koundé, what a pass. Look at Lewandowski, pole playing, Lamine Yamal. What the heck, man. Lamine Yamal getting those equalizers. Look at that from Lamine Yamal, man. He is a masterclass. This young kid is a masterclass. I mean, I was knowing it. It was Camavinga who was going to concede. It was Camavinga who was going to concede. I knew it. It was going to happen, man. It was going to happen. Look at that from Lamine Yamal. I mean, Camavinga just gave that space. It was Mendy. Valverde was far off from those defensive midfields. And yes, look at that talent, man. Lewandowski played that pole position again. Lamine Yamal cutting it against Mendy. Tchouaméni was not that good in that tackle. Tchouaméni should have gone for those tackles. Look at that from Lamine Yamal, man. This young kid, I mean, he is definitely something big. Lamine Yamal is something that big, which Barcelona has got, man. Lamine Yamal is really that big. Equalizers coming in, and it is Barcelona 1 and Real Madrid 1 on the screen. Lamine Yamal, that superstar kid at that young age, he is performing so good, man. He really performed so good. Tchouaméni could have just stopped it, man. He could have gone for those tackles just out of the box, not letting him cut in into the box. A regular centre back missing for the Los Blancos, and Tchouaméni playing on the centre backs. Camavinga has to stay deep, man. Camavinga has to stay deep. Los Blancos can't afford in this game Camavinga to stay high up on the pitch. I mean, both Valverde as well as Camavinga has to stay down on the pitch. Lucas Vázquez on the edge of the box. Rodrigo, what a shot from Vázquez that was. Rodrigo collects it. Back to Vázquez. Get that! Valverde! Valverde gets that shot. It is that moment when Camavinga and Valverde has to cut in, I mean move high up on the pitch and make those presence felt. Apart from that, in this game, if Camavinga and Valverde are moving high up on the pitch in those build-ups, not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. They can bring in some fluidity in the game. What a header that is! Oh my god! It was a header. That was Tchouaméni. Who was that? Yes, it was Tchouaméni. Look at that. Rodrigo. Epic clash going on, guys. Epic clash going on. Another corner incoming. It is Rodrigo. Rodrigo. What was that? Was from Vázquez. Clearance. Who was that player got that clearance? Look at Tchouaméni, man. Szczęsny saves that good. Szczęsny saves that good. That header, if it would have got a bit of deflection, it would have been that second goal. Rodrigo. Look at Tchouaméni. Bicycle kick inside the box. But block. That is a block. That is a block. Tchouaméni got that bicycle kick. Man, acrobatic skills inside the box from Tchouaméni. And that was a block. Again, Camavinga is staying high up in the pitch. Man, you can't afford Camavinga. Look at that from Tchouaméni. Acrobatic skills in the SuperCopa de España from Tchouaméni inside the box. That was a block, but yes, to get those acrobatic skills is definitely the love of football. You love football because of those physical capabilities and those performances on the pitch. Balde, Martinez building up. Look at Lewandowski staying down on these positions. Rudiger made that mistake. I mean, Lewandowski was high up on the pitch. Lewandowski was high up, I mean, moving down the pitch, and Rudiger went for those challenges. Rudiger never has to go high up. It is either Camavinga or it is Valverde who are going to man mark the positions of Lewandowski. Barcelona are playing, I mean, they are playing too clinical. Barcelona are really playing too clinical. Miss pass from Valverde. Yamal getting that interception. Camavinga chasing in for Koundé. That is a back pass to Javi. Javi to Kubarsi. Pedri. Pedri has got Balde. Balde back to Pedri. Pedri has got Balde again. Back to Pedri. Casado staying that perfect anchor midfield position. Look at that position from Casado. Jules Koundé with that shot. Block. Vinicius Junior getting in. Give that to Mbappe, man. Vinny, give that pass, boy. Vinny, why are you getting those positions? Los Blancos have to make those fast counters in those build-ups. In the midfield from Camavinga and Valverde, they can't afford them to move high on the pitch. That Los Blancos can't afford because they are having their elite centre back missing. They are having their elite centre back missing. I mean, Tchouaméni is playing on the centre backs. I mean, he is not a perfect centre back, but yes, he has to play for. He has to play for. I mean, that Lamine Yamal goal, it was a single man army game. Lamine Yamal goal was a single man army goal. I mean, you can't just afford Lamine Yamal to just score like that. Oh my God, it is Martinez moving off the pitch. Is he injured or what? Yes, he is off the pitch. Martinez is moving high up on the pitch. It is 28 minutes on the watch and the substitutions being made. It is Araujo coming on the pitch. What happened to Martinez? What happened to Martinez? Yes, Barcelona has sensed that it is Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior, and yes, Martinez was not looking good in that form. Martinez has been substituted. Look at that positioning from Ronald Araujo. He is staying on the positions. Kubasi has moved to the left part of the centre backs. Casado playing those perfect centre backs. Look at that. It is Koundé and Araujo staying on those deep centre backs. Tactical changes made by Hansi Flick. Martinez has been called off due to the injuries, but I don't think so much of the injuries were there. It is that tactical change which Hansi Flick has made, and it is Ronald Araujo who has come onto the pitch in place of Martinez. Martinez was lacking that physical capability, or he was lacking that space. Good tackle from Camavinga. It was against Rafinha. You have to make that. He did it good. Vasquez moving up. Don't move high up on the pitch. Go for those passes. Yes. 4 of these centre backs from Barcelona are now staying deep down the pitch. Look at that. 4 of these centre backs from Barcelona are just moving so down the pitch. But Kylian Mbappe has something to offer, guys. Look at that. Kylian Mbappe has something to offer. He is just playing with that ball. He is playing with that ball so good today. That is what we want from Kylian. Kylian passes to Vinicius. The ball is into the box. Vinny, make that pass. No, he is taking that position inside the box. Head up for Rodrigo. Bit high for him. Camavinga. You have to show that character, boy, at times. You should have got that position, kept the hold of the ball instead of going for those long shots. I mean, Lamine Yamal scoring that goal, it is being shown time and again on this screen. He's a master class boy. He's a master class boy. Camavinga, that tackle to Lewandowski. Lewandowski is looking a bit injured on his left leg. It is how much time? That is 33 minutes on the watch, and still this goal scoreline is 1-1. The scoreline is still 1-1. Araujo back to Sejenski. Kubarsi has shifted to the left part of the centre backs. Balde, Rafinha dropping in. Pass for Balde speeding up. Good interception from Valverde. That is what you have to play. But the positioning of Camavinga is looking a bit critical, guys. Camavinga has to stay deep. Camavinga has to stay deep on those defensive midfields because it is Mendy. Yes, now Camavinga is in a good shape. Look at that. Lamine Yamal and Kunde, time and again, they are trying to just cut in from those mid flanks, and Camavinga can't afford to stay high up on those defensive midfield positions. Rudiger getting those clearances. Vinny. Kunde to Lewandowski. Lewandowski is just going bit deflected to the wings, but that is some sort of distraction which he is creating. Look at that slow movement of Lewandowski. He's just slowly moving into those pole positions. That is just a sly fox movement which Lewandowski does. He just moves to the center backs, then he just slowly comes into the center forwards pole positions and getting the oppositions outnumbered. That is a sly fox movement which Lewandowski plays at time. Lamine Yamal, Camavinga, one-on-one. Yamal passes to Pedri to Kunde. That is a tackle inside the box, but yes, the referee says it is good. Lewandowski winning it inside the box. Oh my god. Tchouaméni back passes to Courtois. Courtois finally getting that clearance. Get those clearances, guys. I am saying time and again, Los Blancos can't afford to make those center back build-ups in this game. It will be definitely too tough to do that. You have to go for those long passes when you are getting the possession of the ball. Every time when Los Blancos are going to make those center back passes, it will be a missed pass because the high press of Hansi Flick's team, this Barcelona, will definitely yield some sort of missed passes. And Madrid can't afford to do those in this game. Madrid can't afford to. That is a VR check for a possible penalty. Man, don't give that penalty, boy. That wasn't a bad tackle. Damn, that is a VR being checked. That is not a penalty which is going to happen. That is not a penalty. Check that VR. Check that VR. That is definitely not a penalty. Oh my god, that will be a critical decision. Look at that challenge from Camavinga. Man, Camavinga is so rusty, man. Camavinga is so rusty. He's such a talented player, but at times he comes so rusty. Damn, Camavinga hits the thigh. What is this referee going to give? What? That is a penalty. Oh my god. I knew it, man. I knew it. It was Camavinga who was going to perform bad. I knew it, man. I knew it because Camavinga is getting high on his nerves. Camavinga is getting really high on his nerves. It is a penalty for Barcelona. Hope Courtois saves it big time. Hope Courtois saves it big time. Hope Courtois saves it big time against Lewandowski. Man, 35 minutes on the watch, and it is Lewandowski going to take that penalty against Courtois. Lewandowski rarely misses a penalty. Lewandowski rarely misses a penalty. If you talk about Benzema, if you talk about Harry Kane, if you talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, if you talk about Lewandowski, from the penalty spot, it is very tough to block Lewandowski. Lewandowski taking it against Courtois. Oh man, shit. Courtois just dives in onto the right direction, but Lewandowski, it is really tough to find. Just stop him. Lewandowski is really difficult to just stop him in a penalty, and in the SuperCopa de Espana, penalty being awarded to the Blaugrana, and yes, they have scored those two goals. Holy shit, man, holy shit. This referee, I knew it from the start of the game. I was saying it. This is that Jesus Gil Manzano, that critical referee who makes those decisions. I mean, in a SuperCopa de Espana final, how are you going to give a penalty? That is literally bullshit. This referee is so much critical at times. It is so hard to handle. And in the SuperCopa de Espana, he is giving those penalties. Such type of refereeing from the FIFA officials, he is a waste, man. He's a waste. He is a waste. This referee is a waste. I mean, giving a penalty. I mean, that challenge from Camavinga was also a shit. And this referee giving that penalty is also a big shit on the pitch. What is more to offer in the SuperCopa de España? Rodrigo moving in. He has got Kylian, Bellingham, Vinny on the left wings. Man, Barcelona players are getting the Los Blancos. Vizquez, 2 million Mbappe. A pass that could have been the second goal, but that is a good block from Szczęsny. That was offside, boy. Kylian Mbappe was offside on this. Anyways, that pass from Vizquez, if it could have reached Kylian Mbappe, that was definitely offside. Lewandowski dropping in. Tchouaméni and Rudiger has to be critical because it is the moment when Lewandowski drops in. It is those long passes for Lamine and Ramina going to make. He has to be critical, boy. I mean, in the first half, up to this 39 minutes on the watch, it is Los Blancos who are suffering due to those clinical positionings which Barcelona is having. Oh my god! What was that from Rafinha? From where on this earth has this player Rafinha got those steroids injected in his body? And what a header that was! From where was that ball? Who could have just imagined that this header is going to cause that third goal? Holy Christ! Man, that is angel. That is Holy Mother Jesus Christ on the pitch. And Rafinha with those steroids. What a goal! Look at that from Kunde. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy Christ! Is that Rafinha or is that Spider-Man on the pitch? Look at that space which Tchouaméni and Vizquez afforded to Rafinha. But then also that header from Rafinha. Oh my god! What a header that is! I mean, I haven't seen such a header for a very long time, and Rafinha just getting it so clinical. Man. 3 goals, 40 minutes. Past game, 4 goals. Huge, man, huge. No words to describe this talented playmaking from Rafinha, and what a cross that was from Jules Koundé. All mouths shut, boys, all mouths shut. You can't afford, I mean, such passes, such crosses happening, nothing you can do. It is their form which is doing so good in the first half. Unstoppable playmaking from Hansi Flick's Barcelona men again in the SuperCopa de España. Unstoppable. I mean, they are playing against Real Madrid this game. Unstoppable playmaking capabilities which they are showing. And yes, injury ridden Los Blancos. Right backs injured, defensive midfields injured, centre backs injured. Worries. Worries, guys. It is big worries. Barcelona is playing like Spider-Man on the pitch. Big boosted steroids, big boosted injected in them. Hansi Flick, what is he feeding these guys? Every time they are facing Los Blancos, they have got those, huge boost energies. But look at Flick, he made that perfect move. He just called in Martinez and just brought in Araujo at the perfect time. Araujo has got those speed, Araujo has got those headers. That is the perfect pitch. In just 28 minutes, Hansi Flick made in the team, and Martinez was just declared he was injured. Oh my god, look at those crosses which now Rafinha made for Lewandowski. Tchouaméni, he is really struggling in form in this game. Look at that positioning from Tchouaméni. It was Rudiger who was coming up for Lewandowski. Look at that positioning from Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni and Camavinga, I won't say that they are not playing good, but yes, in this game, Barcelona players are really doing it so good. And all mouths shut, boys, all mouths shut. This playmaking from Barcelona, back to back, those two goals, all mouths shut. All mouths shut. You can't afford. Such a playmaking, such a huge talented back, giving those crosses, giving those headers. That penalty given, that was a bit critical. But then also this referee on the pitch, he is bit critical at times. Jesus Gil Mazzano, he is that critical referee, and in the SuperCopa de España appointing such referees on the pitch. Barcelona playing so good, and yes, the referee also playing so good. Both of them are adding more worries for the Los Blancos. 44 minutes on the pitch. You can't afford to concede any more goals. Now look at it. It is Camavinga staying down on the pitch. Look at that. That is what I was asking for. It is Rodrigo also staying down on those pitch. Great. Outclass performance. If you talk about that penalty, that was a shit. But apart from those two goals which Barcelona scored, that was an outclass, super performance, Spider-Man like finish on the pitch. Balde back passing, Araujo to Sejensi, Kubasi, look at his left footers. Man, Kubasi is making those left footers looking so perfect. Kubasi is really looking his left footers. Camavinga against Lamine Yamal. He is missing it big time. That tackle from Camavinga is looking bit childish. Araujo back to Sejensi. Casado. Lewandowski is just utilizing that Valverde's deep position, and Camavinga is time and again giving Lewandowski that space. Man, that is happening bad. Staying high up on the pitch with this defensive lineup, Hansi Flick is making this Barcelona team look so good. Bellingham 1-on-1 against Casado, a foul. That is definitely a foul in favor for the Los Blancos. Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that tackle which Casado, which Javi and Pedri are making. And the referee is not giving any kind of yellow card for that. Araujo, he has been dropped in just for that speed. Hansi Flick sensed it big time that Kylian Mbappe is looking good in shape, and that is the reason why he just dropped Martinez with those physical capabilities and brought in Araujo. It is that speed which he needed on those centre backs. 9 minutes of stoppage time in the first half being awarded. Get that second goal, boys. Vinny Jr., show your big damn character. Get those second goals. Look at that tackle from the minimal to Rudiger. Tackles are getting bad. Vasquez back passes to Chouameni, Rudiger, Mendy. Mendy, don't pass, move high on the pitch. Look at that, man. When Yamal is deep down on the pitch, Mendy is not pressing high. And on the other hand, when it is Yamal just staying comfortable in his position, Mendy is moving high up on the pitch. Not happening, boy, not happening. This way it won't happen. Barcelona are down to their centre back lineups. 4 man against the 4. Araujo is adding that speed to the centre backs. Kouassi has got a decent speed. Kunde has a good one. It is Araujo who is adding more to the centre back speed. But yes, Kylian Mbappe can definitely overtake him on his defensive awareness. And look at that from Kubarsi, time and again he is giving those left footers so perfect. Lewandowski is dropping in down. Lamine Yamal on the edge of the box against Mendy, taking that shot. Good block. Mendy has blocked it. Vinny Jr., Mbappe against Araujo. But where are those players which Mbappe is going to give those passes? Finally, Vasquez. I mean, look at that speed which Barcelona players are getting time and again. I mean, they are dropping down the pitch so fast. Vasquez, one-on-one, back heel for Rodrigo. Balde gets that clearance so good. Oh my God, Rodrigo, that was some opportunity. Szczęsny saves it good big time. Szczęsny saves that good big time. But right back, Vasquez making those passes. Look at that, Rudiger is staying on the pitch, and it is that space which is getting created. This is what Barcelona wants time and again, and Los Blancos are giving those spaces time and again. It is the lack of a perfect centre back at Los Blancos and the lack of a perfect defensive midfield at the Blancos. Kubarsi, Casado, Pedri, Javi, Kunde. They are making those passes, but it is looking quite evident that they are looking for that perfect position. I mean, that through ball from Jules Kunde, who could have just known Bellingham is there, moving in. Comeback is needed, boys. Come on, big. What is this referee doing? Those decisions time and again, they are just tackling with those bad push from the back, and the referee is not giving away any cards for those tackles. This referee is definitely bit critical on the pitch. Jesus Del Manzano, he is making those bad decisions on the pitch time and again. He is a bad referee on the pitch with his bad reputation in his past. That is Javi. He is looking quite fluid in the team. Balde inside the box. My God. Have you ever seen Balde getting those shots? It is those perfect steroids which Hansi Flick has fed to this Barcelona team, and they are playing so good. I mean, who could have just imagined that Balde could have those perfect left back position moving up high on the pitch? Look at that tackle from Javi to Rudiger. Look at that tackle from Javi to Rudiger. This referee is not doing his job, guys. This referee is not doing his job, guys. It is that penalty which has changed the momentum of the game. Yes, those two goals were good, but yes, this referee is not definitely doing his job too good. To talk about this referee, Jesus Gil Manzano, he is bribed. He is making those decisions so bad and all in favor of the Los Blancos. Rodrigo, that is a bad tackle from Casado, and still the referee is finally the referee has blown the whistle, and it is a free kick. But where is that card which you have to offer? Yes, give that card. Give that card. Give that card, boy. Give that card. It is Martinez on the sidelines, on the substitutions. Look at it. Do you think that Martinez is injured with that? No, Martinez is not injured. Martinez is not injured. Look at from the sidelines. He is doing those and he has got those cards. This referee is not doing that perfect job giving that penalty. It was a waste. I mean, for what Martinez is showing those tints. Look at that from Rodrigo. Oh my God. Lewandowski. Javi, clear that ball. Valverde. Oh my God. What is Vasquez doing? Rodrigo. 53 minutes on the watch. 54 minutes to be precise. Valverde, Mendy to Mbappe. Mendy is not having that good form, boys. Mendy is not even performing that good. Man, 9 minutes of stoppage time, 54 minutes, 9 seconds on the watch over here. Rodrigo taking that free kick. Camavinga. What is that playmaking? What is that playmaking? What is that playmaking from Camavinga? Oh my God, it is Rafinha moving up. Balde, what the fuck? What the hell, man? What the hell? It is that fourth goal. Man, Balde has scored. Look at that. It is Balde who has scored. Tchouaméni is suffering bad, boy. Tchouaméni is suffering bad. Look at that from Balde. Holy Christ. 4 goals. Previous game it was 4-0. Now in the first half it is 4-1. Barcelona are playing so good, boy. Barcelona are really playing so good. Lamine Yamal gave that, Camavinga with that miss pass. Rafinha. Look at that Mendy. What was he doing? Look at that from Mendy. Look at that from Mendy. He was just allowing him to take that shot. Miss pass from Camavinga. But where is that speed incoming to the Barcelona players in this game? Man, it is a mouth shut moment. And finally, the referee, the controversial one on the pitch, has just blown the whistle. Oh my God. This is too hot to handle. This is too hot to handle. Big game incoming from Barcelona players. Man, this is too big to handle. You can't just afford it. I mean, Hansi Flick's man playing 8 back-to-back against Madrid, and yes, on the defensive aspects, Tchouaméni and Rudiger. Man, they are being tackled so badly. Kamavinga. Lots of fresh air to be needed for me in this game. I mean, I also need to take a break, man. 4 goals up. I am getting those indigestions, acidity. I mean, everything is happening inside my stomach. I need to take some sort of break. Oh my god, this is humiliation. The referee on the pitch. I need some time, guys. I need some time. I need some break. I can't just elaborate what happened in the first half. I need to take some break. Do stay tuned to it, guys. Just a 1 minute break, and yes, I will be back to the stream. We will discuss what all is happening. We will definitely have a watch of it. But yes, I need a break. 4 goals in the first half. It is too much to digest for me. I need to take a break. My god. My god. Controversial refereal decisions, and yes, back to back. So classic, clinical playmaking from the Barcelona players. The Logron are doing it so good. My eyes are just so heavy, and yes, I need a 1 minute to 2 minute break. Do stay tuned to it, guys. I will take a break. I need to take a break. I'll be back. Do stay tuned to it. Yes, I'll be back. I need a break. Oh my god. 4 goals in the first half. I'm getting constipation. It is becoming unbearable. It is unbearable, it is unacceptable, and it is something which you just can't even imagine. But yes, there are some kind of tactical glitches which the Los Blancos are facing. Because hello guys, this is me FC RAMSAY back again to the stream, and yes, those of you are watching it, give us those like, share and subscribe. We are back to the second half, and yes, we will be analyzing what happened in the first half. Just have a look at it. It is those 66% position. If you talk about it, let me just change the screen back to this. Yes, it looks good. Oh my god, 4 goals, unbearable, unacceptable, too hot to handle, too much to bear. I mean, a big pain that is for Los Blancos. Oh my god, 4 goals. Can you just imagine it? It is 4 goals in the first half. Oh my god. I mean, in the previous meeting it was 4-0, and now in the first half in the SuperCopa de Espana Final, I mean, if you talk about the knockout, it was Real Madrid against Mallorca winning it big 3-0, and against Athletic Club Barcelona winning it 2-0. It is the finals and it is the lineup. Oh my god. Let me take a deep breath. It is Kunde, it is Kubarsi, it was Martinez, Balde. They were making those high centre back, German high centre back lineups which Hansi Flick has implemented at Barcelona. Oh my god. Oh my god. 4 goals, unbearable, unacceptable, too much. And adding more to it, the referee on the pitch, Jesus Gil Manzano, disputed referee for the SuperCopa de España final, Super Cup final. It is bad, it is bad, it is bad. It was that first goal, Mbappe scoring it, Yamal then getting that master class finish on the 22nd minutes. Time and again Barcelona were looking lethal in those passes. Lewandowski playing that pole position, dropping into the defensive midfields of the Los Blancos, and yes, Camavinga and Valverde were not marking him. Rather, they were going for Xavi and Quesado. That is what Lewandowski was playing. I was saying it from the starting of the stream. Lewandowski is definitely going to play those critical aspects, and he did that. It was Rudiger or Tchouaméni who was just chasing Lewandowski, and Lewandowski was creating those spaces for Xavi. Camavinga was not marking him on those deep down runs on the defensive boxes of the Los Blancos. Barcelona are playing so clinical, man. Barcelona are playing so clinical. You can't deny the fact. Barcelona are playing so clinical. I mean, Rafinha. I mean, that penalty, if you talk about, it was a bad challenge from Camavinga. Yes, it has to be digested because Camavinga is that player on those defensive midfields. You can't expect much from him. Must expect much from him. Ancelotti has to make that change. He has to bring in Francisco Garcia on the left banks, and Camavinga on the left, on the midfields, or he has to bring in Ceballos in the midfields and Camavinga to the left backs. These are the two options which Ancelotti can make. Look at these substitutes. David Beleba is on the squad but not fit. Los Blancos is suffering with those injuries. David Alaba is back to the squad, but I don't think he will be given that chance because he is back from a long time. The options: Garcia, he can bring in Garcia to the left backs, or he can bring in Ceballos to the midfields and drop down Camavinga. Bring in Ceballos and Garcia. They have got two defenders as well, Aguado. They are going to fight. But the strength which Camavinga and Mendy are just proving it not happening. And Rudiger and Chouameni, they have to stay deep in the pitch. Chouameni is being sacrificed to the centre backs most of the times because the unavailability of the centre backs for Los Blancos. Not doing good, not doing good. On the other hand, if you talk about Kylian Mbappe, look, Barcelona are playing that German football of high centre back lineup with those passes growing on too good for them. It is no denying the fact Barcelona are playing good with the likes of Yamal, Lewandowski and Rafinha time and again proving it good. Xavi and Pedri on the midfields having those fluidity in the positions. I mean, they are showing their good form. This is what it is. But you can't afford to just sit back and relax with Camavinga and Mendy or Chouameni. Not happening, not happening. They are not being able to understand the playmaking which Hansi Flick has injected with those steroids at Barcelona. Not happening. This is not happening. On the other hand, if you talk about Kylian Mbappe, man, Kylian Mbappe has to press Kubarsi. Look at Hansi Flick. He saw that Kylian Mbappe is looking bit clinical in his movements, in his finishings. He dropped down Martinez and he brought in Araujo. That was the clinical tactical change on the centre backs which Hansi Flick made in the team. Martinez was not that physically injured, but yes, he was declared physically incapable of playing, and yes, he was substituted with the likes of Araujo. That is what he did because he has to stop Vinicius and Mbappe, and the pairing of Koundé and Araujo, they have got those speed, but on the defensive aspects, Mbappe can overtake him. But I mean, on the defensive awareness aspect, Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. can overtake him. But yes, Araujo has got that speed which he will show on those counterattacks will Real Madrid were going to make, and he just steadied his centre back lineup. Hansi Flick has made his centre back lineup too high, too tall for the Los Blancos. But yes, Los Blancos were getting those chances, not that clinical, not getting those finishings. But Barcelona getting that penalty, no, that wasn't deserving. Barcelona getting those penalties, that was, I mean, in the SuperCopa de España, if you talk about a team getting those penalties, it is a huge boost. And after that second penalty, oh my god, it was Lewandowski never missing those penalties. Very rarely he has been seen missing those penalties, and yes, he got that converted against Courtois. Courtois had a jump that was so good, and yes, Timo Courtois with conceding that second goal, it was nothing left. I mean, that third goal which came in from Rafinha, what a cross that was from Koundé to Rafinha. Chouameni giving that space to Rafinha, Rafinha cutting in from Vasquez, Vasquez not even man marking him. Vasquez was moving high up on the pitch. But that header from Rafinha, it was a Spider-Man header. It was a Spider-Man header from Rafinha. My God, who could have imagined that in the SuperCopa de España? It is the La Blaugrana, 4 goals against 1 goal from the Los Blancos. And yes, Balde was looking a bit clinical in some aspects. And yes, he got that against Courtois. I mean, he was not even man-marked. Looking at that defensive midfield presence of Chouameni, he was high up on the pitch for those corners, and yes, on the counters, it was the likes of Mendy just allowing him to take that shot. He wasn't even blocking him. Man, that is looking bad. Look at these stats, guys. 13 shots, 7 on target, 5 big chances they have created. My God, it is just 4 goals. It would have been bad if they would have got those 5 or 6 goals. Not much passes played by Barcelona because yes, they are relying on that pole position of Xavi and Lewandowski to just make those midfield presence collapse. It is still Dani Olmo coming onto the pitch. Ferran Torres and Pau Victor. I mean, Dani Olmo and Ferran Torres still are left to come on the pitch. Substitutions being made. Yes, the second half has started on over here. Is there any kind of substitution being made? Real Madrid gets the kick-off of the second half. And yes, finally Ceballos has been brought in. Oh my god. Finally, Daniel Ceballos comes on to the midfield and it is Camavinga off the pitch. Camavinga had a horror night today. Camavinga really had a horror night in this game. Camavinga did some horrific mistakes. Man, some sort of horror plays from Camavinga. That is what Ancelotti has made the substitution onto this game. I mean, Ancelotti has made, and yes, Hansi Flick made that substitution of Araujo. That is too clinical, bringing down Martinez because Martinez was not looking good. Vinny Jr. on the edge of the box against Araujo. That is a cross. Get that goal. Man, miss from Rodrigo. Rodrigo, you had that opportunity to score that second goal, boy. You are not getting that much often. Vinny Jr. giving that goal to Rodrigo. Oh my god, that hits the top corner of the post. Rodrigo just hits that goal, but it is a miss. That was close to the nets, but hitting the top edge corner. Oh my god, look at Rafinha, look at his pace. Again, he is playing. Oh my god. Rafinha is looking unstoppable again. What is that steroid? What is that steroid which Hansi Flick has just injected in these forwards? My god, my goodness, what on this holy earth is going to happen? Every time they are moving on those counters, they are getting those goals. Look at that celebration from Rafinha. Oh my god. Oh my god, pain, agony, humiliation, everything. That run from Tchouaméni so high up on the pitch. Look at Rafinha dribbling past Tchouaméni, dribbling past Rudiger, making those right movements on the pitch, and yes, taking those left footers, going for those far post. I mean, look at him dribbling in the right direction, taking that shot in the right direction. God is helping Barcelona in this game. I mean, if you talk about it, is the super god which has come to the pitch and he is helping those players. My god. Perez, man, in this game, 5 goals down in 49 minutes on the watch. Still 41 minutes plus stoppage time left into it. Look at Tchouaméni. Look at Tchouaméni. Now he is dropping down. This is that mistake which he is learning. He is not a regular centre back. Rodrigo moving those paces. Man. Oh my god. This winter night is itself getting so heated that you don't need your winter clothes because it is Barcelona 5 goals they have scored and 1 sole goal contribution from Kylian Mbappe, down by 4 goals in just 50 minutes in the second half. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Lewandowski, Balde is looking like a super kid today. I mean, from where are these players getting so much energy, so much boost? They are playing like a just FIFA game on my PlayStation. Playing it like that is really looking miserable. Look at that speed from Yamal, man. Ceballos is man marking Lamine Yamal, but look at that speed from Lamine Yamal. He is dropping down, he is moving up. Look at that dribble from Lamine Yamal, man. How could you dribble like that? Oh my god, my eyes just couldn't believe this. My eyes couldn't just believe this. Look at that. It is finally Vasquez being called off the pitch. Ancelotti has to make those moments, man, because his players are looking down in form. They are not playing so bad, but it is Barcelona playing so good. It is Asensio coming onto the pitch. Vasquez off the ground, and yes, it is that second substitution which Ancelotti has made. Raul Asensio, he has been called onto the pitch. Courtois getting those clearances. Raul man marking, Kylian Mbappe good. Man, Barcelona are looking to go for those lofted passes again every time from the left flanks or the right flanks. Whatever the passes are incoming from the Blaugrana, Barcelona are making those passes so good. And look at the speed. I mean, Lewandowski running at those speed. I have never seen him making those runs. Look at Yamal, man. Every time he is getting that ball, it is that second booking Rudiger is getting that yellow card. Oh my god. Rudiger getting that yellow card. I mean, this game has just turned after that penalty from Jesus Gil Manzano. It has just overturned this game so bad. Camavinga getting that yellow card, Rudiger getting that second yellow card, and it is Martinez, I mean, from the sidelines getting those yellow cards. That is what the story is all about, of the cards being showed by the referee on pitch. Jesus Gil Manzano, man, this referee with that second penalty has just overturned this game, completely overturned this game. Nothing is looking good in favor of the Los Blancos right at this moment. Nothing is looking good. I mean, it is for some sort of consolation if they can get those second or third goals, Los Blancos. But for those equalizers, it is, I mean, some sort of uphill task left. Bellingham moving it. Mbappe, score it, boy! Mbappe, that is a tackle. Give him a red card. Give that goalkeeper a red card. What was that tackle to Kylian Mbappe? He is down on the pitch in the box of the Blaugrana. What is this shit refereeing going on in this pitch time and again? And that tackle to Kylian Mbappe, no cards being shown. He is a shit referee on the pitch. My eyes just couldn't believe this controversial referee Jesus Gil Manzano. One-sided decisions taken time and again. That was a block. Asensio getting it. Look at that. Bellingham making that perfect pass to Kylian Mbappe. But what was that? Szczęsny should have been given a red card. Szczęsny should have been given a red card. That was straight onto the legs of Kylian Mbappe. How could you afford that? He is not even taking those VR. Get those VR. He has just given a yellow card to Vinny Jr. for that. Holy Christ. He is not even taking that VR. Is he going to take that VR? Look at that tackle from Szczęsny to Kylian Mbappe. It should be a penalty. It should be a penalty offered for the Los Blancos. Finally, he is going for those VR check. Finally, he is going for those VR check. Jesus Gil Manzano, I am going to just make you beat about on the pitch. Look at that challenge from Szczęsny. Damn, I think it... Yes, it hits the left leg of Kylian Mbappe. His boots have been just hit by Szczęsny. That is a tackle. He just couldn't get a touch to the ball. And yes, Kylian Mbappe has been left on his left boot. Give that a penalty. Give that a penalty, or I'm going. That is a penalty. Yes. Red card for Szczęsny. Come on, boy. Every time you are making those tackles, you are getting favored, and it is Szczęsny's Barcelona down to 10 man. Their goalkeeper just moving off the pitch. Make it happen, boys. Make it happen. It is those overturning the cards, and the Testegen is, man, it is Astralaga or Inaki Pena who is Hansi Flick bringing in. And yes, Barcelona down to 10 men. Big call, big call. He has done his job good. Man, giving that red card is definitely going to be the call of the game. Can that be a overturning moment? Barcelona down to 10 men. Thank God Szczęsny is off the pitch. It is Inaki Pena looking on the sidelines, coming onto the pitch. Man, dang. And finally, this referee has made those decisions. It is Szczęsny with those tackles. He knew it. He was going to concede. And yes, he made those tackles. And he getting those red cards. It is much deserving, and much of the tackles which Barcelona were doing. But yes, already they have created those damages. 5 goals. Dani Olmo is also looking coming onto the pitch. Hansi Flick is making those tactical changes. It is Inaki Pena as well as Dani Olmo coming onto the pitch. Look at it. Look at it. It is Dani Olmo as well as Inaki Pena coming onto the pitch. Xavi dropped down. Lamine Yamal also dropped down. Thank God, no lethal attacks. Hansi Flick is going for those defensive moments. Only Rafinha and Lewandowski staying high up on the pitch is the next option which he has got. Down to 10 man. Xavi, Yamal called off the pitch. Inaki Pena and Dani Olmo coming in. Ancelotti, will he make any changes to this game? Is Ancelotti going to make some changes? 58 minutes 29 seconds on the watch. It is Yamal coming on to the sidelines. Dani Olmo and Inaki Pena. Casado, Pedri, Araujo, Kubarsi, Kunde, Bolde all on the defensive midfields. Getting that second goal is much needed. A free kick that is so close to the nets. Get that second goal, boys. Get that second goal. Get that second goal. 10 men down Barcelona. It is that opportunity. Get those equalizers. Get this SuperCopa de España final look big. Make it big, boys. That was much deserved because Barcelona players were doing those back tackles, back pushes time and again. And yes, this referee was not giving away those cards so early in the first half. Finally, in the second half, he takes that VAR, and yes, Kylian Mbappe with that tackle from Szczęsny getting that red card. Rodrigo, what a goal from Rodrigo. Call it, boy. Steady, peace. That is peace. Rodrigo getting that second goal. That is peace. Bring 3 more goals, boys. Bring 3 more goals. Perfect pitch. Perfect to the far post. Yes, it was Inaki Pena getting some sort of touch to it. And finally, Rodrigo getting that second goal. Make that happen, boys. Press. Down to 10 men. Barcelona, they are not going to do more on the attacks. Rather, they will be looking to park the bus for the rest 40 minutes because they have got those 3 goals advantage. It is for Real Madrid to press. Make it happen. Make it equalize. Peace, patience, and coolness is required. Dani Olmo passes for Rafinha. Mendy getting those tackles go down to 10 man. Barcelona, are they going to? Hansi Flick is from the sidelines asking his forwards to drop down the pitch. So yes, call from Hansi Flick to just park the bus in your defensive aspects and be steady because you have got those 3 goals. Bellingham, Vasquez. Vasquez has been removed. Vasquez has been called off. Yes, it is Vasquez off the pitch. Asensio and Ceballos are there. Asensio and Ceballos are there. Man. Tchouaméni moving high up on the pitch. It is Rudiger who is pairing up with Asensio. And yes, Ceballos is staying on the left backs. Valverde high up on the pitch. Make those passes count, boys. Make those passes count. Tchouaméni, Rodrigo, Bellingham. That was a good tackle from Javi. Something is cooking up for the Los Blancos. Good tackle from Tchouaméni. Dani Olmo is down to the pitch. That is Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni is bringing out his frustration on the pitch. Tchouaméni is bringing out his frustration. It is time for the substitutions. Tchouaméni is looking out for frustration on the pitch. Ancelotti has to make those substitutions. Tchouaméni is looking frustrated on the pitch. Nothing is looking good from his side. Ancelotti has to make that substitution. Tchouaméni has to. Man, that is a no offside. Oh my god. Tchouaméni is making those reckless challenges. Not looking good on the pitch. Ancelotti has to make that substitution. He has to bring Tchouaméni down to the sidelines, and it is either Brahim Diaz or it is Luka Modric. Finally, Ancelotti is making that substitution, and it is the legendary Luka Modric. The Croatian is making his move. Thank God Tchouaméni is called off to the pitch. Tchouaméni was looking reckless, man. Tchouaméni was looking reckless. He is not happy. Tchouaméni is not happy with his performance, and finally Luka Modric has been called for the substitutions. Luka Modric coming on. Will he add those changes? Will he make those changes to the squad? Time to come big, boys. 63 minutes 31 seconds on the watch. Still trailing by 3 goals. A huge uphill task left for the Los Blancos in this game. Huge uphill task. Inaki Pena, take that kick fast, boy. Going for Lewandowski. Courtois finally getting it. Rudiger. Rudiger has got Mendy on his left backs. Vinny Jr. going for Kylian Mbappe. Yes, Kylian Mbappe against Araujo. But whom is he going to make that pass? No, he does it for Rodrigo. Dani Olmo comes in for that interception. That is what Hansi Flick is asking his players to drop down the pitch. Look at that tackle which Casado is making. Give that a card to him. Look that tackle which Casado is making on the pitch. At times, Barcelona are not looking decent. With 5 goals up, you can't afford to make those challenges. It is a bit disheartening. I mean, they are just performing because for the sake of performance, they have to do it against the Los Blancos. And that is what they have got down to 10 men. Casado is time, and again he is making those reckless challenges in the midfield, and yes, the referee is not even giving those cards. Modric, that corner was not good from Modric. That corner incoming from Modric was not good. That corner from Modric being taken was not good. Rodrigo inside the box. Kubarsi is down to the pitch. Is he injured? What a pass that was to Rodrigo. Look at Kubarsi, the overacting what he is doing. Look at Kubarsi, the overacting which he is doing on the pitch. No challenges being made by Rodrigo and he falls down to the pitch, making those faces that is ridiculous. Luka Modric playing that legendary appearance on the pitch. But what was that tackle to Pedri? I mean, what was that tackle from Modric to Pedri? It was quite decent. No worries about it. No worries about it. Look at that energy. I mean, look at that energy from Barcelona with 10 men down also. They are pacing high up on the pitch. Now it is those recovery time which the Barcelona players are doing. Vinicius Jr. didn't have those tackled to Kunde, and yes, suddenly Kunde is expressing that he has been tackled. What is that ongoing? Hansi Flick must not be happy with the performance of the boys like this. Modric back to Rudiger, Asensio, Valverde. Valverde trying to find Kylian Mbappe. Clearance from Kubarsi. Man, Barcelona are down to 10 men, but the damage has already been done. The damage has already been done on the first half itself. Mendy, Vinny Jr. Nice pass that is blocked from Araujo. Modric finally winning it. Valverde, Rodrigo on the flanks. To Valverde back. Modric again, but what is that creativity which we have to bring in Brahim Diaz? It is time to bring in Brahim Diaz. Some kind of creativity is needed in the midfields. But where are those flank positions which Rodrigo is playing? He is staying deep down on the midfields. Valverde, Ceballos, Mendy, Vinny Jr., Bellingham. Scoop in into the box, boy. Scoop in into the box. Scoop in into the box. Barcelona are down with 6 men in their box. Look at that. They have done that damage in the first half itself. I mean, 5 goals up. That is huge. Getting 3 goals, it will be a huge task. It is Asensio, Valverde, Rodrigo. Valverde is speeding up. Bellingham, no, Bellingham was far. It was a far off cross that was. Something or the big is not happening. 72 minutes on the pitch. Press high up on the pitch, boys. Press high up on the pitch because there is nothing more you can afford on the center backs. I mean, still Rudiger as well as Asensio are staying down on the pitch. There is 3 men against those 2 players, Rafinha and Lewandowski. Look at that. It is four men on the centre backs, four in the midfields, 4-4-1, which Hansi Flick is going in. He is trying to block away everything. Kunde against Bellingham. A fight going on the pitch. Kunde is showing some aggression to Bellingham. But yes, it is Bellingham who is provoking him. Oh my god. 3 goals down, still 71 minutes on the watch. What is more upcoming? Can the Los Blancos get those equalizers? 3 goals? I mean, 20 minutes plus stoppage time left in this game. That is the only hope which is left. That is the only hope which is left. That is the only hope which has been left in this game. Oh my god, this game won't even go to those extra time. It will go for those penalties. Manchester United down by 10 men, winning in the penalties. Tonight in the evening we had a watch, and now it is Barcelona with 10 men down, but they have 5 goals scoring. Oh my god. Bellingham, Modric makes a slow run first to it. Modric makes a slow run into the game. Modric was bit concerning of some injuries. That is why Ancelotti didn't pick him in the first lineup. It is finally Garcia being called onto the pitch, and Mendy will be sacrificed. Garcia is seen ready on the sidelines making his appearance, and yes, Mendy will be called off to the pitch. And I thought that Garcia would have been the first option. Instead, Ancelotti went for Asensio and Ceballos. Ceballos, Modric, Valverde. Uphill task because Barcelona down to 10 men, and they are now 5 men down on their centre backs, 3 in the midfields, and yes, just Lewandowski staying bait on those attacking positions. Complete dominance in their defense they are providing. Ceballos, Mendy, back to Modric. Where is that wide position which Valverde is not offering? Oh my god, Rafinha again. Dani Olmo. What a playmaking Rafinha is showing. Look at it. He didn't went for Dani Olmo. Instead, he went for Lewandowski. Balde, Pedri, Xavi, Casado. Oh my god. Oh. Pain and agony incoming. Pain and agony incoming back to back in 2 games. The previous game it was 4-0, and this is 5-2 with one penalty into it. That was the penalty which has just overturned this game. Back to back in 2 games. What is that? Some sort of substitutions ongoing. Is it Brahim Diaz coming onto the pitch? Bellingham, is he moving off? Man, Vinicius Jr. Damn, it is Vinicius Jr. coming off the sidelines. Raheem Diaz moving up because it is in the midfields where the Los Blancos has to make those penetrations. Look at that from Lewandowski. He has never played that game when he was at Bayern. I mean, looking at Lewandowski doing those reckless challenges, pulling off the shirts, he was never that player when he was at the Bundesliga in the Dortmund or even at Bayern. But at Barcelona, look at Lewandowski, man, he is making those reckless challenges. The whole character of Robert Lewandowski is looking changed playing at Barcelona. Man, there is a big, huge character change in him. Finally, Garcia and Brahim Diaz onto the pitch, but still, it is 77 minutes on the clock, down by 3 goals. The deficit of 3 goals in the first half itself, the damage has been caused. It is Rafinha looking bit injured. I think Hansi Flick will bring in Ferran Torres. Will he go for Ferran Torres or is he going to persist with injury-ridden Rafinha? Man, Barcelona are just making those time waste management policy on running on the pitch. They are taking their much time for those substitutions. They are taking their much of the avoided aspects. Much of the damage has been caused in the first half, man. It is looking bit uphill task. I mean, suddenly from nowhere, those 3 goals in the first half. I mean, the first one was scored good, the second one with a penalty, and back to those 2 more goals. That was magical. I mean, it was a big storm. Modric taking that corner. Is Rudiger there for those headers? Yes, he is. But Modric is taking those corners too poor in this game. Modric is really taking those corners time and again too poor. He is not looking in his best of his form. Garcia, Rodrigo. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Blancos players against 4. Get that header, boy. Rudiger getting it. No. Denied, denied. Kubasi is again denying those headers incoming. Modric finally takes this corner good, but it is straight into the hands of Inaki Pena. Ball movement from Pedri, Balde, Casado. I mean, look at that. Pedri is just staying on those free spaces as well as Casado. I mean, the two midfield pairings of Casado and Pedri, look at them. They are staying so diagonally to each other That is what is creating those spaces in the midfields. Again, look at it. Dani Olmo passing it to Pedri. Pedri is moving to those free spaces time and again. And yes, Bellingham at times is just losing it. Pedri back to Casado again. Look at that. Pedri, Casado, and Dani Olmo playing so fluently in the midfields. They are creating those triangle in the midfield so good. Ferran Torres dropping down to the defensive aspects. It was for Kylian Mbappe. But Kubarsi and Araujo are man marking those positions so good. Down to 10 man blank. I mean, Los Blancos, Real Barcelona are down to 10 man. But still, they are just covering the whole pitch so good. Oh my god. It is Kylian Mbappe. What a tackle that is. Look at Casado, man. That was an intentional tackle from Casado. He knew it. Kylian was going to make those runs. It is Casado making those bad tackles and just wasting those time on the pitch. Look at that, how Casado gets in way where Kylian Mbappe is running. That is some sort of intentional tackle which he is making. Modric getting that header. It was Asensio, but why was he trying for those shots? Araujo is definitely that good in the headers. Araujo is really good in those headers. Garcia to Rudiger. Back to Garcia. Garcia is moving high up. But yes, this gameplay, Modric has found Valverde on the right wings. Yes. Don't give those passes, boy. Stay with the position of the ball. You are moving high so fast. Modric, what a good corner that is. Bellingham. Bellingham. Bellingham is looking a bit dejected with the performance. That was Kubarsi with that challenge. Oh my god, he hits the right foot of Bellingham inside the box. Holy Christ. Such tackles are just overlooked by the referee on pitch. Jesus Gil Manzano, the Spaniard, the referee on pitch. Oh my god. Early damages caused by Barcelona in this game. It would have been a 3-2 the scoreline, then it would have been a perfect run. It would have been a 4-2, it would have been a fight. But scoreline 5-2. Man, 3 goals. It is huge. It is huge. Kylian Mbappe to Garcia. I mean, all the creativity from Madrid is looking nowhere near the post. Asensio, Savalos. Can that be a header from Rudiger? Oh my god. It just comes to his chest. Look at that midfield presence. 10 men down, Barcelona are just counting the numbers so good on the pitch. They are just counting the numbers so good on the pitch. Madrid, Garcia, Mbappe. Araujo is giving his best to stop Kylian Mbappe. I mean, it would have been the straight instruction from Hansi Flick. That pass from Garcia to Kylian Mbappe. No, that wasn't offside. Yes, it would have been the straight instruction from Hansi Flick to Kylian Mbappe. I mean, to Araujo to just block Kylian every time, and he is doing his job good. Modric, is he going to take it? Rodrigo just couldn't find the post. 87 minutes 24 seconds. Will the scoreline be 5-2? Or the Los Blancos are going to get at least one or two more goals? Is it going to happen or not? Look at that midfield presence. Garcia is moving up. Kylian and Brahim Diaz, they are just trying to be on the high center forward areas, not creating those spaces in between them. It is Pedri doing those time waste activities on the pitch. Who is that referee again pointing that? Damn. But look at that challenge from Casado again. Look at that challenge from Casado. He came in and just hits it. It is just a one-sided refereeing going on the pitch. Oh my god. Garcia is moving in. Get that cross, boy. But who is staying on the far post? No one. No one is staying on the far post. And the flick on the sidelines asking his team to just drop down deep. And yes, Barcelona are dropping down so good. Kylian Mbappe, good turn, get that shot, boy. Bellingham, man, Bellingham. That was some scoring opportunity. Look at that turn. It is Kylian Mbappe just making those turns, but Bellingham was bit late. Bellingham was a bit late in making those touch with the ball. It is done and dusted. 90 minutes are up, and 8 minutes, just 8 minutes of stoppage time being awarded. I mean, what has this referee been fed into this game, just giving those 8 minutes of stoppage time? Oh my god, Jesus Gil Manzano. Good job, boy. Good job. This referee has done such a beautiful job in this game in the first half. Magical dribbling that was from Kylian Mbappe, but Kylian Mbappe, I mean, Bellingham just couldn't get a touch to it. Get that throw fast, boy. 91 minutes, 92 minutes on the watch. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Will there be a one goal? Will there be a two goal? Or no goal? The way Madrid are playing. Uh, Kylian Mbappe, he has got Rudiger hit it, boy. Oh my god, Rudiger was just offside into the game. Rudiger was just offside. But in this game, to talk about Kylian Mbappe has just shown that he can definitely penetrate the likes of Kobarsi, Araujo, Kunde, Martinez, anyone. But the playmaking has not resulted with any more equalizers, just two goals. 93 minutes. Still 5 minutes of stoppage time. Still 5 minutes of stoppage time. Barcelona has really played a class game. I mean, the El Clasico rivalry, the SuperCopa de Espana final. I mean, they have lost those 5 games in the La Liga. They are dropped to the third spot with 38 points. Real Madrid are, I mean, 6 points ahead of them. It is the Rosa Bank loss. Atletico on the top, 1 point ahead of Real Madrid. But in this game, again, Barcelona are just proving it that they are just built to play against Real Madrid. Apart from that, they want nothing. In the pitch of football, Barcelona has just to prove against Real Madrid. Apart from that, nothing, nothing. I mean, Hansi Flick back to back 2 games. He has got Barcelona execute this playmaking so good. Garcia, Araujo, Valverde, Diaz get that third goal, boy. And look at Balde. I mean, I have rarely seen Balde playing so good on the left backs. Man, Araujo, Barcelona on the counters. Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres. What the pass they are doing? Look at that. Oh my god. Look at that passes which Dani Olmo, Araujo, Balde were making in those counters. They were doing those diagonal passes so good. Kylian Mbappe going on. Will he get past Araujo? Get that third goal, boy! Mbappe is doing it on the late stoppage time and again. Oh my god, Valverde misses that corner from Modric. 96 minutes on the watch. Still 2 minutes of stoppage time left to wait. Third goal incoming or not? Rudiger making that challenge. Bellingham, no, not winning it. I mean, look at that speed. Suddenly, from nowhere, from where are the Barcelona players getting those speed, getting those duels won, getting those tackles, and already that damage in the first half? There are some sort of changes Ancelotti has to bring in. I mean, especially from the likes of Camavinga. Look at Garcia, the way he is playing. If this Garcia was there in the first half instead of Mendy, and if Ceballos was there, or it was the likes of Brahim Diaz, I mean, if it was Garcia or Ceballos in the first half, it would have been a different story. And time and again, it is that back to back second loss incoming. 97 minutes 22 seconds into the game, to be more precise, of the head to head performances. I mean, Barcelona winning that 4-0 in the La Liga. In the club friendlies, it was 2-1. It is that third win incoming straight for Barcelona. Real Madrid, Los Blancos winning it on the April 22nd, 2024. Back to back 2 games, 3 games. So if you look at the past 6 games, 3 wins for Barcelona, 3 for Los Blancos, and yes, it is the full time over here. Oh my god, my eyes just couldn't believe it. My eyes just couldn't believe this, guys. My eyes just couldn't believe this. I mean, it will be these celebrations which will be done now. It will be the all which the Blaugrana will have to celebrate. They will definitely have to celebrate this. A good deserving win for them, man. They played really do good. They really played so good. They deserve this game, man. They deserve this game. It was completely lacking. I mean, suddenly the boost the players are getting out of nowhere. How on this holy earth could you imagine that? Yes, the Barcelona players out of nowhere, they get so much energy, so much boost, so much of steroids, so much of dope into them by Hansi Flick. New center back, I mean, new high defensive lineup. I mean, just look at this, guys. This will make the things so clear. Oh my god, my eyes just still can't believe that it is a 5-2 loss, and that too against Barcelona. Oh my god, oh my god. God, why are we alive on this planet Earth to watch this? Back to back 3 defeats. Oh, big defeats. It's 4-0 and it is now 5-2. 19 shots. That was unacceptable. 14 shots from the Blancos, but most of them were not that good. Look at it. It is what which created. They have created those 6 big chances and converted 5 of them. It is those 6 big chances. Just look at it. 49% from the Blancos, 19 shots, whatever it may be, 6 shots on target. It is that efficiency, it is that clinical positioning, it is that approach in the forwards. With those six big chances which they have created, there were four big chances for Real Madrid, but yes, clinical finishing was just not looking good. But things just changed, just overturned with that penalty which was being offered. We will talk about it a bit later. How could on this holy earth this referee on the pitch, Mr. Jesus Gil Manzano, could offer that penalty? In the Super Cup de Espana, SuperCopa de Espana final, how could you afford to give those penalties? Not good, guys. It is definitely they have. Barcelona have played really so good, but this penalty was definitely not deserving. 13 fouls, 14 fouls committed, 9 corners. Los Blancos were really down after those first half. It could be seen. Anyways, guys, congratulations to Barcelona fans across the globe. Really back-to-back 3 wins. Yes, but with that penalty, I would say no, that was definitely not the take of the town. If you talk about the wins, it is that fourth win which Barcelona has got more. And in the head-to-head performances, back-to-back, Barcelona winning this 5-1. In the La Liga, it was 4-0. Club friendlies 2-1. Real Madrid winning those 3 wins back to back, 3-2, 4-1. It was 2-1. And again, Barcelona winning it by 3-0, 23. Madrid 4-0. Back to back wins are incoming for the teams. But yes, this is the third back to back win which Los Blancos has just caused in. But look at this. Everything was going good in the first half. It was Kylian Mbappe getting that first goal. Time and again, Madrid were getting those chances. Lamine Yamal, that masterclass performance in the 22nd. It was good. It was that critical change when Inigo Martinez was dropped in and Ronald Araujo came to it. Camavinga struggling in his form. Robert Lewandowski on the 36th minute, it was the second goal. And just 3 minutes after that, this penalty from Lewandowski, I don't think that was deserving. This penalty wasn't that deserving to be offered. After that, Rafinha with that Spider-Man header jump and Araujo. That was what is that name of the player, man? This I am just at Iskunde. My mistake, guys. I am just not being able to name the players even. It was Kunde with that cross. Amazing goal Rafinha scored. It was the lack of Vasquez and Tchouaméni defending it. Inigo Martinez getting that yellow card. It was Balde again with those left footers. Again from the side of Vasquez and Tchouaméni conceding it. Rafinha on the 48th minute, it was again Rafinha scoring 2 goals. Rafinha in the previous game, he scored those. It was a penalty, I guess. In this game, it was Rafinha. No, that wasn't a penalty. That wasn't a hat trick for my mistake. It wasn't a hat trick, but yes, in this game, Rafinha gets those 2 goals. That penalty just literally overturned the game, man. That added advantage and the first half massacre. If you talk about Rafinha getting those spaces, Rafinha was doing good. He was showing his class, but yes, he was being given those spaces, especially to talk about on the pitch. Casado was one of the worst performers. Kubarsi was also one of their worst performers. Kylian Mbappe was just finding those spaces. Vinicius was finding. Bellingham was also finding those spaces. Rodrigo was looking good. But yes, It was the lack of Mendy and Rudiger. I mean, to talk about Rudiger, if you ask for a player in the defensive aspects, Rudiger is one of the best, but he needs a centre back, a build-up player beside him. But Camavinga, one of the poorest in form, was. It happens. I mean, Ancelotti will definitely have a piece. We will have the press reports where Ancelotti will be just asking what has happened, and he will definitely give those. But in the left backs, Mendy and Camavinga, not good. I mean, time and again, I have said it is Garcia who has been seeing those young blood running in him, making those good aspects. Lucas Vasquez, one of the senior most players, but Carvajal not there. Dani Carvajal, Lucas Vasquez being on there, and yes, Chouameni is not a centre back. He is basically a defensive midfield player. Every time he is on the centre backs, the gameplay which Barcelona is playing high on the centre back lineup, the German injected boosters which Hansi Flick is developing this. It was much predicted that they are going to play it. We have just discussed in the starting of the stream, nothing to discuss about it. But on these centre backs, Real Madrid with this is just sacrificing too much in most of the seasons. This is a loss. Good. Asensio, Modric, Garcia, Brahim Diaz, Ceballos. It should have been Ceballos instead of Camavinga, and yes, it should have been Garcia instead of Mendy. And Valverde should have been on the right backs. There was some sort of homework which was, I think, not done that good by the Los Blancos. From the starting of this team, I was expecting that, and I had told it. And yes, the injuries are there. Carvajal, Militao, Vallejo. I mean, for a long time, Carvajal and Militao are absent. But then also, a loss is a loss. You have to bear it. But yes, even now on then on the aspects Real Madrid, to talk about them in the La Liga table, they are at the second spot, and yes, with 43 points. Atletico, the Los Blancos, are at the top with 44 points, and yes, Barcelona are at the third spot, 5 points behind Real Madrid with equal games played, and 6 points behind Atletico Madrid. That is all about it. And yes, I won't just I would just like to end this stream because it is a big win for the Barcelona fans out there, and yes, Real Madrid fans, Los Blancos fans, give it your best on the next game. You will definitely come big. No denying the fact your forwards were too good. Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Valverde were so good in this game. But on the centre back aspects, Chouameni has to be sacrificed. Mendy and Vasquez has to be sacrificed. I mean, if you need performance from these players, from those high centre back lineups, definitely you have to get those centre backs of yours too good to perform. That is all it is happening. Papa Perez must not be happy about what has happened. Back to back 3 defeats against Barcelona, and yes, Barcelona is that team who only plays against Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or their rivals. Apart from that, in the league, La Liga, they are way behind on the third spot. Best of hope for the Los Blancos around the globe. Give your best, guys, and yes, expecting to get big results in the La Liga. That is all about it. And yes, SuperCopa de Espana Final has been won by Barcelona. If you talk about this SuperCopa de Final, I mean, the fixtures, if we have a look over here, just have it good. I mean, in the previous season, it was Real Madrid, the champion, defeating by 4-1. It was in the year 2022, Barcelona was the champion. Real Madrid again winning it. Athletic won last in the 2019 and 20. That is what it is. Let me just put this on the screen. It will look good. Let me just put this on the screen. Where is it? Yes, here it is. You can find a watch of it. Look at it. In the 2019 and 20, it was Athletic Club winning it. It was in the 2020 and 21 Real Madrid winning it. It was against Atletico. '21 and '22, it was Barcelona winning it in the final against Real Madrid. '22 and '23, it is Real Madrid winning it 4-1. It was the big victory in the year 2022-23. And yes, this time it is Barcelona winning it by 5-2. All the El Clasico matches happened so good, and back to back it is Real Madrid and Barcelona winning it. So yes, I would just like to end this stream, guys, because it is enough. And yes, we will make a compilation of all the videos. Manchester United today winning it against Arsenal. We have those Kolkata Derby videos also on the playlist. And yes, all the Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League, Champions League, Carabao Cup, EFL Cup, SuperCopa Italiana, everything is on the different playlist. Do check our playlist section. We have those match analysis as well as those live stream watch alongs and reactions. Everything is given on the video description as well as in the channel description. You can scroll out all the videos. Los Blancos fan, come up big next time. All the hopes for you guys. And yes, do stay tuned to FC RAMSAY for all the updates about all the top 5 leagues of football across the globe. Till then, bye bye, good night, keep going. And yes, Barcelona fans, you played really so good. Big congratulations for this SuperCopa de España final victory. Bye bye, guys, good night.